All right, I think I can do this. So, the title of my talk, it's not really a technical presentation, so it's okay. We're going to ease up into things. I'm talking about making moves towards mass adoption of crypto, because it's always like, when is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? What are the factors behind it? So, I like to take this in a slightly different direction than a lot of people and kind of point it back. Why are you here? Why are you here tonight? You could do so many different things with your time. You could be watching the news, sitting at home, playing with your kids. But yet you're here at Decentralize Colorado. Something about the blockchain space or some project that you're working on was so compelling that you had to come out and network with other people and see what's going on. As if there's not enough to consume on Twitter or other social media channels or white papers to read. But there's a certain social component, and it really kind of spoke to you. And maybe that's why you're here. But when you're thinking about mass adoption, you might think, well, what brought me into this space? What excites me about the blockchain? So I would say that when it comes to mass adoption, everybody is really a piece of the puzzle. If you think about it, what if you just turn it towards you? What if you were the only evangelist for the blockchain? Would you still do it? Would it still appeal to you? Would you like it? Probably so. Well, you are that key to change. So here's what you don't want to be. You don't want to be the doctor that smokes. You don't want to be somebody that is a little bit into the blockchain, but maybe you're really trying as hard to convince other people to get into it, but maybe in fact you really haven't fully adopted it right now yourself. And what does that mean? Does it mean that, you're just not blockchain enough to be a part of the movement? No, but there's different levels of adoption that perhaps you haven't even thought of yourself. So have you made your commitment to crypto? This is coming from a famous movie. A lot of people have seen it. Glengarry Glen Ross. Alex Baldwin comes in. There's a bunch of sales guys. This is a high pressure sales environment, and they're complaining. The leads are bad. Everything's bad. And Alex Baldwin comes in and he says, "Are you committed?" And he's like, "Look at this watch. This is my commitment to crypto," right? He's like, "Look at the size of this watch." But what could you do is maybe say a wallet on your phone. So maybe you could show somebody what a wallet looks like. Have you downloaded any sort of applications to your phone? What about even wearing a piece of clothing that starts a conversation with a Bitcoin symbol? I mean, it's really interesting that when I see somebody with a piece of flair or a sticker on their car or something like that, I want to meet them. I want to know them. I'm like, oh man, you're into this thing too? I'm so excited about it, right? What about, just supporting the meetups that we have, like with Decentralize Colorado? Are you buying the stickers, the shirts? I see a guy with the Boulder blockchain shirt on. He's committed, right? What about buying a little bit of crypto? Maybe just something, I don't know, something small, some sort of small altcoin, like Dogecoin or Flappy or something like that, just to give it away to other people that might be interested in getting involved with crypto. I know the founder of Jalapeno Inventive really got started when somebody gave him some Dogecoin. And guess what, guys? How many people here have some sort of crypto at all? So lots. There's still a couple hands I didn't see, so there's maybe some room here. Everybody that wants to, I'm going to give you some Dogecoin tonight. You can get some. I want to share. Imagine when you were growing up. Do you remember maybe one of your relatives gave you a savings bond, right? It was some sort of thing. Oh, you know what? When it gets old enough, you're taught how to save. Maybe you got some play money. Maybe you played Monopoly. Well, couldn't you get people that? Maybe a little bit of crypto? What about gifts? How many people have birthdays? You can just give them some crypto. Then, oh, what do I do with this? Oh, well, let me tell you what to do with it, right? And it starts all these conversations, getting people into the space. So I mentioned Doge is sort of one of those coins that don't cost a lot, but you can spread it around. The whole idea is, and if you look at a chart, you'll see that Bitcoin really took off a lot. And the whole space sort of benefited from having this small coin that people could just distribute to others to get them in there. But what about like trying and using dApps? Here who is a little bit, here in the audience, like who's a little bit upset maybe that there's some censorship going on in some of the major social media platforms? Like that's a big topic. Like you have Facebook clamping down on different groups, free speech perhaps dying. Well, how many people have actually like tried to sign up to maybe a different alternative dApp site like Minds or Steemit, or give people some alternatives? What about volunteering for the space? And if you're an entrepreneur or you're a business, have you started accepting crypto yet? See, in order to get mass adoption, a lot of people that provide goods and services, maybe somebody like you, have to be that person that pulls the trigger. So this little quote, what you do has far greater impact than what you say. So if you're walking the walk, at least have like a wallet on your phone so you can show some people, maybe try and get a couple more people into this space. Conversations in crypto culture. So how does this sound? One note. How many people have gone into like a Telegram channel or something, and there's always two words, win moon, right? Win moon. It always becomes a conversation about the price of crypto. And when you do that and people are interested in the price, you sleep, or it's like deja vu. Like, is this the only thing about blockchain that people talk about? Is it the only way to talk about this topic? And I would venture no, it's not. I would say change the conversation, expand the conversation, right? Make it all about the values. When you're trying to tell somebody about the blockchain, forget that it has any sort of financial incentive whatsoever. What does it do for society when everybody can trust everybody and it's based on math? Crazy awesome things, right? What about transparency in society? Like when there's an immutable record that everybody has, nobody's cooking the books, right? What about the security aspect of it? What about your freedom of speech? You can't be censored anymore. These are really things that attract people to this space. Has nothing to do with price, everything to do with transforming society in a major way outside of the tech. The obligatory disclaimer is, when it comes to mass adoption, we're way over here, which is kind of good news and bad news because we're still in this innovator space. And if you want to discover really how mass adoption happens, there's a lot you can read from this guy. But overall, we're way over here. Crypto is nowhere close to really mass adoption. We're still in the innovator stage, which is really cool because we can come up with great new innovative ways to facilitate mass adoption faster. So hacking reality. Well, the reality is we're still over here in this early adopter category. We're working out the kinks, there's UX issues, but really we can take everything that drives people, like say the political conversation, there's transparency. What's the drawbacks? Well, there's some regulations that have to change. This happens. But when you're selling it to somebody else, you could say, well, imagine that this is a technology that allows a facilitation and trust of transactions without anybody else. The math is proving it. When it comes to social issues, people are concerned about privacy and security. So yeah, some people are getting hacked, but imagine that you could monitor all your transactions and you could know that your bank is legit. All right, so the conclusion, I don't really have a big technical pitch here, but here's what I believe in. I believe really that we can rise together faster if we embrace our unique voice and our passion of the space. What brought you in? Is it the same thing that might bring in your friend? Maybe not, but there's a lot of topics that you can pick from to help them adopt. My company, the Jalapeno Inventive, what we're doing, our mission statement is this. We're empowering the crypto economic evolution through two mediums, education and entertainment. You can always talk about it. You can always help other people enjoy the space. And let's try and make it fun. Let's try and make it fun. So that's it, guys. That's it.